Mauser 98K. The Mauser Carabiner 98K represents the fundamental engineering soul found in almost every modern bolt-action firearm today. Its legendary action features a massive claw extractor designed for a controlled round feeding system. This mechanical priority ensures the bolt grips the 7.92 by 57 mm cartridge the instant it leaves the magazine. This prevents jams even when cycling the rifle upside down in a muddy trench. German engineers crafted this 8.8 pounds masterpiece with 3 locking lugs for an incredibly strong breech. While other nations experimented with weaker designs, Mauser perfected the internal box magazine sitting flush with the walnut stock. This design was so superior that the US government paid royalties to Mauser for patent infringement on the Springfield. In the chaos of combat, the 98K offered a level of reliability that felt like an extension of the soldier. Its 23.6 inches barrel made it maneuverable in tight spaces while maintaining lethal velocity at long ranges. Even today, high-end safari rifles for dangerous game utilize a bolt design nearly identical to this 1935 classic. It remains the baseline for rugged dependability and mechanical precision in the firearms world. Every cycle of its bolt is a reminder of an era where craftsmanship meant survival on the front lines. The Mosin Nagant. While Western rifles focused on refinement, the Soviet Union needed a weapon that could be manufactured by the millions in factories staffed by farmers and watchmakers. The Mosin Nagant M91/30 is the result of that brutal necessity, featuring a unique two-piece bolt design that is arguably the most rugged ever fielded. Its long 28.7 inches barrel provides a massive sight radius, helping soldiers stabilize the punchy 7.62 by 54 mm R cartridge. This rifle wasn't built for the parade ground. It was built for the mud, the grime, and the absolute chaos of the Eastern Front. The genius of the Mosin lies in its loose tolerances, which might seem like a flaw until the operational environment becomes truly extreme. Loading is handled by a simple 5-round stripper clip, feeding a magazine that protrudes slightly from the bottom of the stock. It is a primitive yet terrifyingly effective tool of war that turned ordinary citizens into deadly marksmen. Despite its rough finish, the internal geometry of the interrupter ejector system ensures that rimmed cartridges never overlap, preventing the dreaded rim jam that plagued other designs. At -40 degrees Fahrenheit, every other sophisticated rifle freezes solid while the Mosin continues to fire flawlessly. This legendary durability ensured that a Soviet soldier was never unarmed, regardless of the Siberian frost or the heat of urban ruins. The 91/30 remains a testament to the philosophy that a weapon's greatest strength is its ability to function when everything else fails. The Lee Enfield. If the Mauser is a surgical scalpel and the Mosin is a heavy sledgehammer, the Lee Enfield SMLE is a machine gun in disguise. What sets this rifle apart is its unique cock-on closing action. This means the firing pin is tensioned as you push the bolt forward rather than when you pull it back. This technical nuance allows for an incredibly fluid motion. It enables a trained Tommy to maintain a steady sight picture while cycling the action at lightning speed. German soldiers in 1914 often reported they were being suppressed by organized machine gun fire. In reality, it was just a single platoon of Brits with Enfields. British infantrymen were famously required to pass the Mad Minute test. They had to land 15 hits on a target at 300 yards in just 60 seconds. This feat was made possible by the massive 10-round detachable box magazine. This capacity effectively doubled the firepower of almost every other bolt-action rifle in the world at that time. While the .303 British cartridge was an older rimmed design, the SMLE utilized it with devastating efficiency in the muddy trenches of Europe. The Enfield's fire was so overwhelming that the British Army didn't need a semi-auto rifle for decades. This raw speed gave British units a tactical superiority that redefined squad-level combat during 2 world wars. The rear locking lugs made the action smoother than any of its contemporaries. This allowed for a rapid-fire cadence that remains unmatched in the bolt-action world today. The M1903 Springfield. The American M1903 Springfield represents a turning point where military mass production met high-end mechanical craftsmanship. Weighing in at exactly 8.7 pounds, it is a refined evolution of the Mauser design. It is chambered for the legendary .30-06 Springfield cartridge. This round offered a flatter trajectory and higher velocity than almost anything else on the battlefield. It quickly became a favorite for those who demanded surgical precision. The weapon was built with such tight tolerances at government armories that it felt like a target rifle. It was far more than a standard-issue infantry weapon. During World War II, the M1903A4 variant became the primary tool for U.S. Army snipers. These rifles were often equipped with a specialized 8x scope to exploit their long-range capabilities. The combination of a high-quality barrel and the powerful .30-06 load was lethal. A skilled marksman could consistently neutralize targets at distances that left enemies feeling untouchable. The internal design features a unique magazine cutoff switch. This allowed soldiers to save their internal magazine and fire single round. Elite scouts refused the M1 Garand because no semi-auto could match the Springfield's hand-fitted bolt accuracy. This rifle carried the weight of American precision from Belleau Wood to the Pacific Islands. It remains a mechanical masterpiece of the early 20th century. The Winchester Model 70. The Winchester Model 70 earned its title as the Rifleman's Rifle. Through decades of flawless performance in the American wilderness, this historical turning point proved that a civilian hunting platform could easily outperform dedicated military hardware. Pre-1964 models utilized a massive claw extractor and a fixed ejector for a feeding system that was virtually impossible to jam. Engineers integrated a 24 inches barrel using a free-floating technique to eliminate inconsistent pressure points. This mechanical isolation ensures the barrel vibrates naturally after every shot, providing sub-MOA accuracy. The most vital evolution was the adjustable trigger system, allowing for a crisp 3 pounds pull. During the Vietnam War, this surgical precision became a tactical necessity for elite scouts. Legendary sniper Carlos Hathcock famously chose his beloved Model 70 over the standard-issue M14 for long-range missions. Hathcock once used this hunting rifle to neutralize an enemy general at 800 yards with a single cold-bore shot. This weapon fused the worlds of rugged infantry tools and high-precision modern sniper systems. It remains a masterpiece of steel and walnut, representing an era where mechanical soul and ballistics met in harmony. No other sporting firearm has ever carried such a heavy combat legacy with this much grace and certainty. The M24 SWS. In 1988, the United States Army officially transitioned from modified infantry rifles to a purpose-built precision instrument known as the M24 Sniper Weapon System. This was not just a firearm, it was a complete tactical package designed for the professional operator. Engineers selected the Remington 700 long-action receiver as the foundation for this legendary platform. This specific design choice allowed for future proofing, enabling the rifle to be rechambered for more powerful Magnum cartridges if battlefield requirements evolved over time. The engine of this precision is the heavy stainless steel barrel featuring a specialized 5R rifling pattern. By sloping the edges of the lands and grooves, 5R rifling reduces projectile deformation during high-speed travel. This technical refinement minimizes copper fouling and extends the barrel's accurate life for thousands of rounds longer than standard military designs. The M24 was the first system to prioritize operator ergonomics through a fully adjustable HS precision polymer stock. Snipers can modify the length of pull to exactly match their body proportions or bulky layers of tactical body armor. This modularity ensures a consistent cheek weld and eye relief when peering through the Leupold Ultra M3 fixed power optic. At its standard effective range of 875 yards, the M24 delivers the M118 special ball ammunition with surgical consistency. Every component, from the powder load to the internal trigger assembly, was optimized for one-shot kills in extreme environments. The M24 is so mechanically perfect that its point of impact shifts less than 1 inch after 1,000-round torture tests. This rifle transformed the sniper from a simple marksman into a scientific operator capable of dominating any terrain. from the freezing mountains of Afghanistan to the scorching Iraqi deserts. The M24 proved that a bolt-action system could be both indestructible and hyper-accurate. It remains the professional baseline for mechanical certainty. The AIAWM. Rifles often fail in sub-zero temperatures, but the Accuracy International AWM was engineered for the most hostile environments. The British created this weapon to operate flawlessly where others freeze solid. Instead of a traditional stock, the AWM utilizes a massive aluminum chassis system encased in high-impact polymer skins. This ensures the Zero remains rock solid even if the rifle is smashed against frozen rocks. The AWM introduced the world to the devastating power of the .338 Lapua Magnum cartridge. This round provides nearly double the kinetic energy of a standard 7.62mm NATO projectile. It effectively connected the dots between anti-personnel and anti-material capabilities for the modern marksman. The secret to its survival is a specialized internal de-icing mechanism. The bolt features grooves that aggressively squeeze out ice, mud, and debris every time the action is cycled. This allows the shooter to remain lethal in conditions that would seize any other weapon system on the battlefield. The ballistics of the .338 round are truly fearsome. In 2009, a British sniper neutralized 2 targets at a record-breaking 2,707 yards during a mission in Afghanistan. At that extreme range, the bullet was in the air for almost 3 seconds before impact. The projectile still retained enough energy to penetrate advanced body armor at distances exceeding 1,500 yards. This rifle transformed the individual sniper into a long-range artillery piece. It combines indestructible engineering with a level of accuracy that feels almost supernatural in the field. The Macmillan TAC-50. When targets hide behind thick brick walls or armored plating at extreme distances, normal infantry rifles become completely useless. The Macmillan TAC-50 is the definitive answer to that battlefield problem. This 26-pound beast revolves around the massive .50 BMG cartridge, originally designed to shred aircraft engines and disable heavy tanks on the move. To prevent this heavy cannon from breaking the shooter's shoulder, engineers equipped it with a massive multi-port muzzle brake. This vital component redirects high-pressure gases to counteract a staggering 15,000 foot-pounds of energy. The rifle utilizes a match-grade 29 inches barrel that is fluted to dissipate heat quickly and reduce total carry weight for long-range deployments. The TAC-50 is about extending the reach of the human eye to its absolute physical limit. In 2017, a Canadian Special Forces sniper achieved the impossible with this weapon during a high-stakes combat operation. He neutralized an insurgent from 3,871 yards away, which is roughly 2.2 miles from his hidden position. Let that incredible distance sink in for a moment. The bullet was in the air for almost 10 seconds, traveling through multiple wind zones and fighting atmospheric resistance before hitting the mark. This world record remains unbroken and showcases the ballistic dominance of the Macmillan platform in modern conflict scenarios. It turns a single soldier into a long-range artillery battery capable of ending threats from miles away with one shot. The TAC-50 remains the most feared anti-material bolt action in the world today, proving that nowhere is safe from its reach. The CheyTac M200? Forget everything you know about traditional sniping and simple iron sights. The CheyTac M200 intervention operates in a realm of its own, blending extreme mechanical precision with ballistic computing for unparalleled results. At the heart of this system is the specialized .408 CheyTac cartridge. This projectile was specifically engineered with a high ballistic coefficient to remain supersonic beyond 2,000 yards. Most bullets lose stability once they drop below the speed of sound, but the .408 defies this physical limitation through superior aerodynamics. The rifle works in tandem with a handheld computer and real-time sensors calculating air density, temperature, and even the Coriolis effect of the planet's rotation for every single engagement. This is the most sophisticated bolt-action system on the planet today. Its free-floating barrel and heavy-duty bipod provide a stable platform for shots that seem like something out of science fiction. At 1.3 miles away, the .408 bullet still carries more lethal energy than a .44 Magnum at point-blank range. This ensures that when the trigger is pulled, the target is neutralized instantly, and the result is final. If you appreciate the evolution of firearms from basic tools to ballistic computing, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more deep dives. Your support helps us keep documenting the incredible engineering behind these legendary weapons. Thank you for riding along through these 9 levels of long-range history. Stay sharp and keep your eyes on the horizon.